What's up guys, it's Alex. Today we're looking at some more replays from Flanky. He likes to make teams that are a bit offbeat, like they're not always super competitive, but they're quite fun. Also he makes a lot of the arts on my channel, basically all of it, including my profile picture and a lot of the art in the thumbnails. So let's get into it. So far we've seen a taunt, Glalie with a Salac Berry. I'm not sure what it was supposed to do. Maybe just get an extra spike or something, or a fast explosion. We are at 1600, so that's pretty high. Or at least the opponent is 1600. Flanky's here at 1460, which is still good. But his opponent just gave up his Tyranitar. I'm not sure why. We saw a Ludicolo come in. I mean, I assume giving up the Tyranitar was a mistake, don't get me wrong. And Ludicolo has a reasonable matchup into everything except Melodic. And doesn't go for a water move here, so this Claydol is going to get quite a free spin here. And without the Glalie, that could be a little bit painful. But there's no more T-Tar, and Ludi gets a Rain off, so that is a benefit. So I think we're just about equal here. Ooh, so fakes out the Melodic to get Ludicolo out, and Ludicolo comes back in, so that saved the Rain turn. And there's just sleep, so Ludi isn't going to be doing too much anymore. Smeargle has survived quite long. Just got its first spike off though, and its second. Was going to give it up now. Possibly could have gone to Milo, but you see what it was for here. The Dugtrio wanted to get that meta. Here's the Hera, and Dugtrio is locked into Rock Slide. And here's the Salac, I assume is going to be reversal. A Swords Dance. And Doug is just going to keep Rock Sliding. Possibly should have gotten out at some point. But here's the Endure, so I assume that's why. Also has a Salac, so I assume it's faster now and gets there. So that was quite a sequence. Here comes the Armaldo, which is going to take the Rock Slide really handily. But Dugtrio is going to get another chance to shine. But getting a knock off on this Milo is really nice because it has so much health. So that 6% is going to restore quite a lot of health every time. But not anymore. Ludicolo is going to try to heal up a little bit, but I don't know what it's going to do against this Jirachi. I don't know if this Jirachi is going to start Calm Minding up. Like, I'm starting to think that this isn't going to be a win for our Flanky. Armala is going to Swords Dance, but I don't know if it's going to survive another turn here. Gets the Thunderbolt. Oh, it doesn't even break the sub. So it's over. So sorry to start with this replay, but I think I'll skip through this one because this looks just about over. Unless here comes the freeze of the Rachi. So at the very least, Claydol isn't going to do anything anymore. Oh, and it's opting just to stay in. Couldn't it just go into its own Jirachi? Here comes the Claydol with a Earthquake, so if it does kill the Claydol here, the Doug should be able to kill it, I think. Yeah, so I think that should be it. Like, anything should be able to kill it now. So it looks pretty close, but I think this there's a Thunder. It's a favorite of Flanky. I happen to know that, but here you see why you don't use it. Ooh, is this a Wish Protect? That Thunderbolt did nothing. And Jirachi didn't even try to kill it, so I mean, this just seems like the biggest misplay. And this opponent is at 1650, so that's nothing to scoff at. That's crazy. Flanky's back in the game, it would seem. Fully healthy. It's just a Coal Mine war now, so I'm going to skip through these turns. Ooh, Para finally, so that might do something. We're on turn 70 already. Turn 90. 100. 120. And we saw the Jirachi go down finally. Was that a Para that did it? So Thunder, and it just ran out of PP. It's struggling, and because it's only had, like, it doesn't have Wish, it ran out of Calm Minds. Like, they're both out of Calm Minds, but Flanky's Jirachi is now out of Calm Minds. Like, it just ran out of moves, like just like a little bit later, even though it had Thunder instead of Thunderbolt, so that's 8 PP less. And it's just the Milo here against a struggling Jirachi. No moves left at all. Only does 6%, but it's healing that off, so it's just going down by 2%, I assume. Or 1% even. I guess we're just going to skip a couple of turns here. Yeah, Jirachi goes lower and lower, just 2% at a time. And finally, Flanky, I think Flanky would have lost this because he was going lower and lower, or the surfs run out. I can't tell if this was a deserved win or if the top just didn't feel like playing anymore. But either way, we're into the next game. Starting with a Medi doing quite a lot of damage, both into Skarm and into Hera. But Hera is at least going to get it back. Gets another Mega Horn into the Metagross, who, like, you'd assume that there would be a faster, something faster than Hera on the other side, especially seeing as we haven't seen anything fast. That could have just revenge killed, but I suppose you never know. The Magnetons have trapped each other, it would appear. And it's just a rain dance for Flanky. I'll skip through the Magneton turns here. And tries to get the Magneton with a drill pack, but it doesn't work. But Magneton's paralyzed anyway. Brings a Skarmin on the Magneton, like, don't see that every day. Remember to do your calc, kids. Get the calculation extension, even if it's just for stuff like this. Yeah, Cladle's just gonna explode. Sack a Magnetons against something else. And here's a Dawn Fan. Assume it's just going to Rapid Spin, but the Ice Beam, yeah, just going to do a lot here. I don't know if it can explode. Would be a good moment to. I don't think it does. I don't think it knows that. And into the Suicune. So I've watched these like a long time ago, and I happen to know that this is just a Calm Mind war that goes on forever. And it ends like, it was kind of weird, like, it goes out of the Suicune for some reason, and then loses all of its Calm Minds. So, but it just goes up, so I suppose it doesn't matter too much. Yeah, it goes in and out a couple times. Like maybe it's just a safe PP, but I think that's how it's. Yeah, but yeah, it goes out, but then it's out of Calm Mind, so it can't Calm Mind up again. So from there, it's just over. Like that's just a big mistake. Like it can only rest now, not Calm Mind. And then Flanky goes out as well, which I guess his Suicune is out of Calm Minds as well. I have to assume it was just better to stay in and PP stall. But I can't say for sure. Like maybe Snorlax could have exploded earlier, but it's frozen now. Just gonna wait for it to unfreeze. Yeah, and it's sleeping now. And looks like that's it with the cursed up Snorlax, yeah. It's at 1400, so it's pretty high, but I don't get the switching in and out. I've never seen that in like competitive play. I think it would have cost one of them the game, but they both did it. So like, what's going on? So here's the wheezing. Like I personally enjoy it. I don't think it's super good, but I saw it in like a winning finals match, like of like Callus Invitational at some point. So I assume there's a place for it as a physical wall. And Will-O-Wisp is nice, of course. Like I don't know if this Swampert is refresh, so it doesn't do too much. And I just now remembered that this Weezing is going to come in again and wisp the Swampert again after it's shown to be a refresh. So if I'm correct, the rest of this game is a bit painful as well, so bear with me. This Weezing is not a special wall, as you can see. So here's the Sceptile. Like, I suppose it gets a free turn, but it would have been pretty free into the surf as well. Just gonna leech, I assume. No, there's a Leaf Blade. It's just a reasonable grass move. Like, I don't know what the strength is, but it's not super high. It doesn't have a secondary effect either. Ooh, and the Regice gets Toxic. I don't know if there's something that can take a Toxic that can also take a Thunderbolt, because the Weezing doesn't really want to take a Thunderbolt. And there's the other painful part. There's the explosion into Gengar. So far it looks a little bit down for Flanky, but it's I happen to know this game does like he does win this game. Pain Split's always fun to see, but it doesn't do too much against Gengar because it doesn't have that much health. And here's the Raikou that's gonna set up. I remember thinking this is the time for Gengar to explode, but it just taunts and somehow it's slower than the Raikou. Like I don't know what's I suppose Raikou is pretty fast. And the Giga Drain doesn't even get the sub here, so Raikou is just going to be able to kill the Gengar and Calm Mind up, because the taunt would have been too slow anyway. Would have been a slow taunt. So Raikou is just going to set up here, get its subs, and yeah, Gengar should have just exploded and would have been able to kill it pretty easily. But we're here at 1300s, Flanky's at 15. His opponent is at 1300. So you can expect misplays from the opponents here, and that's what that's what we're seeing. Oh, the Gengar wasn't explode. But still could have gone into something else, I hope. Otherwise, this team is pretty weak to Raikou. Going to the next game, we see a Cloyster from Flanky. Assuming the Zap is just going to Baton Pass here. Ooh, Thunder Wave on the Jolts. That's quite something. That takes away the main utility of the Jolt. So I'd say it's definitely ahead for the bottom here. Focus Punch into Suicune can take it quite well. And the Surf just crits here. So that's pretty nice, I suppose. It looks pretty equal. Assuming the Suicune can heal at some point. It is a Surf. So it's probably a defensive rest. Gets Toxic here, but it doesn't matter too much considering it wants to rest anyway. And here's the Cloyster on the Skarmory. I hope it's not a Drill Pack. Yeah. Zap should, scare out the Cloyster, and Jolt comes in pretty safe. And Jolt doesn't do too much here. Might have Thunderbolted even. And gets parried for the next turn. So Skarmory's healing up quite nicely here. a third paralysis. You don't see that every day. And just goes out here. But he knows there was a Focus Punch, so it goes into the Gengar. And into the Suicune. But takes a critical Hydro Pump. Swampert should have moved out there, but didn't. So either was a predict or a mistake. But both are around 1500. So possibly it was just a predict. And you can't take risks with this Swampert, seeing as it's so low. There's no sound or anything, so it's not the most important mon. It doesn't look like there's a T-Tower on the other side either, though there could be an arrow, of course. Suicune has slept here, but it's quite low. And there's the arrow, so Swampert's very happy to be healthy, but I suppose it doesn't matter if the arrow has a double edge. This game's a bit slow, so it looks like it's a slow bleed for the bottom here, seeing as it's lost its Swampert. Everything's quite low, so I'm going to start skipping a little bit. Yeah, just a lot of switching. No, just a rapid spin. Like, there's not a lot happening. Skarmory's died, so it looks hella over. Here's a Dragon Dance. And a forfeit. Well, I would have liked to see what the DD-Tar would have done. Like, you could have given us that, but it's this battle, of course. So, yeah, thanks for watching.